Just needed a minute.
Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Tuck Rule Takes episode 199. Episode 199, one away from 200. Episode 199 of Tuck Rule Takes. Gang is all here once again after a loss, but we are all still here. Al's here. Liam's here. I'm Mike. I'm here as well.
Mike's here. Maybe not for long if they lose one more fucking game like this, but Mike's here for now.
We are here. We are here to talk about this loss. There's nothing else to be spoken about today. So if you're coming here expecting, I don't know what other Patriots storylines you could be expecting. Maybe you're listening to this later on in the week, but we're talking about.
I do have a quick snippet. Maybe we can just get it out of the way right now.
Get it out of the way. Do it.
Okay. So there's just something super shitty about former disgraced Patriots wide receivers that go to the Chiefs and have like 3 touchdowns on the season and become their best offensive weapon. The Chiefs suck. Like we have the same record as the Chiefs. I'm not envious of them, but there's something shitty about that, right? Like his catches last night were sick.
Tyquan Thornton, by the way, is who you're talking about, right? Yeah.
Like I didn't see that once. Not once. I didn't see a single contested catch. I saw drops wide open, let alone contest.
We saw bad routes when he was here. He wasn't even running correct routes.
100%.
He goes to the Chiefs. All of a sudden, he's fucking Tommy fucking Tickle Dicks out there.
He's routing people up. I'm fucking Amon Ross St. Brown. I'm like, this is
Calvin
so bad.
Johnson 2.0.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Dude, his touchdown in the back of the end zone, I'm like, never seen him run a route like that. I was like, they got him running arrows.
They gotta take the helmet off because I don't believe that was Tyquan Thornton playing for the Chiefs last night.
Yeah,
do not believe it.
I was looking at his wrist; they look a little thicker too. I'm like, I don't think this is Tyquan Thornton.
Maybe it's the steroids too. Maybe it is him, but he just got on something.
Clone of some sort.
We'll have to pay attention. Yeah, we'll have to pay attention
super
to
annoying.
it.
Yeah, when I saw that last night, I was like, "Yep, turning the game off."
Yeah, no, I did think that the Giants might pull it out, but then I forgot. Oh yeah, Russell Wilson is around, and he is just not good.
Do you see all the people creating Russell Wilson FanDuel accounts to try and get him suspended?
That's hilarious.
Really?
Dude, a ton of people.
Sometimes you gotta take matters into your own hands.
Yeah, it was like Russ Wilson Unlimited, and the password is like I love Jesus 3.
I mean, that honestly, that would be something he would do too, like unironically too.
Yeah,
that would just be his thing.
Limited.
All right, Al, did you have anything that you wanted to talk about before we get into the Patriots game?
I mean, this is going to be sad. So let's
okay. All right, let's get into it. Patriots lost in this young season. I would say there's only been 2 losses, but easily the most crushing loss. I would say probably the most frustrating, infuriating loss. I'm going to go out on a limb that they have all season. I don't know what is to come, but I don't see another game where they play how they did the good and the bad, the different sides of the thing, and just I don't know. But I am not going to start this conversation off. Al, you seem thrilled to talk about this game, so I want to toss it to you. I want to kind of toss it to you like Rhamondre Stevenson tossed the ball a couple times. I want to toss it to you. You jump off wherever you want to start off from. It can be negative. It can be, I guess it's you, so it can only be negative. So how do you want to do it, my friend? Where do you want to go? Losing football, perhaps?
Okay, so for anybody that's not getting what's going on, before the show, I called Mike Patty Positive because I think we all can establish, and you Tuck Rule Take fans, you're smart people. You understand. Mike is the most positive one out of the 3 of us. That's a fair comment to say.
Yeah.
So he was... So Mike was trying to like do his thing. He's trying to twist this into, hey guys, they're still gonna go 15-2. They're still gonna go to the Super Bowl.
Stop it right there.
They're still gonna go to the Super Bowl.
That's a lie. We're not doing hyperbole if you're gonna call me Patty Positive. but keep going. Don't worry. Keep going. Get your shit off, Al, because I am going to poke holes in your little bullshit. But keep going. Patty Positive over here.
So fine. I'll start it off. The Patriots should have won this game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They should have won the game. They got twice the amount of yardage, almost twice the amount of yardage that the Steelers did. They had over 100 more passing yards. They had over 50 more rushing yards. They had more yards per play, more first downs, more everything. I say this a lot in our group chat. The Patriots right now, and it's not every game, because they did it against Miami. Credit to them. They came away with a win, big win. They're still showing signs of losing football, though. That's what it is. It comes down to losing football. You have 5 turnovers in this game against the Steelers. You have 2 fumbles by Rhamondre Stevenson, who, by the way, the year before, Mike and Liam, I'm not sure if you guys know this, he had the most fumbles in the NFL in 2024. So that's not good, especially as a running back.
Mhm.
Let's see. Antonio Gibson fumbled once, but he's our sweet prince, so we're gonna cut him a break. Drake Maye lost fumble, and Drake Maye bad interception to end the first half. That was bad. I know it got tipped, line of scrimmage, Cameron Hayward. I get it, but still, even he said I should have lofted that one. That was bad.
Yeah, yeah. We'll talk. We'll dive
We'll get
it
into all of it,
yeah,
right?
for sure. Yep.
Right.
Still a pick.
Yeah, to kind of land this plane here. It's so sickening to see this happen at home. That's the big thing for me. Like it's not even an exaggeration. This is true. It's the Patriots don't have a home field advantage anymore. In their last 3 years, the Patriots are 3-16 at home, including the 2 losses to Vegas and Pittsburgh. That is pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And by the way, one of those wins you got was against the Buffalo JV team at the end of the year. So really, it's 2 wins. We're going to count it 2 wins. So in the last 3 years, you've had 2 legitimate wins at home. One of them was the Buffalo game when Mac Jones threw the touchdown to Mike Gesicki. Liam, I think you were at that game, actually, if I'm not mistaken. And then there was another one. I can't even remember the other one. I'd have to go back and look. I think it might have been a Miami game at home or something. I don't know. But here's the point. And I said this in the 3 keys and money segment that we could talk about at the very end just to kind of, plug and promote it. But you need to start winning at home. If you want to be back to a winning football team, you need to take care of home field. The Steelers were not better than you on Sunday. You were way better. Your defense was outstanding after the first 2 drives, except for the last drive when they had to stop them the most. But we're not going to blame the defense because the offense lost the ball. Hunter Henry had a really good game. Drake Maye, for the most part, besides a couple mistakes, played a really good game. But you need to start putting it all together, and you need to start having a full game from start to finish, not relying on, a big play late in the game to win you the game. Win a game from start to finish, especially at home, if you want to continue to improve this. That's my opening take. That's all I got.
Liam, jump
Poke
on that.
your holes. Poke your holes.
Jump on that. Oh, I will. And they're not even going to be bad holes. I'm just saying. But Liam, jump on it too because I want to see. I want to see where you fall in it as well. Because I agree with you, by the way, Al.
So what was the final turnover count?
It was
5.
5 turnovers.
Okay.
Yep.
The fact that we can only lose by a touchdown but turn the ball over 5 times is incredible. That's the positive. That's really the only positive that we should take away from all this because our drives looked good. When we went for it on 4th and whatever from our own 16, I was like, super bold, very Dan Campbell-y. We got it, and we're fucking driving.
You loved that shit, didn't you? I thought of you when that happened.
I was fired up.
Like,
I was like, this is what I'm talking
right
about.
Now.
Fuck the analytics. I think this is magic. Definitely go for it here. Just off vibes. Like Mike Vrabel's fired up on sidelines. But yeah, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. We absolutely should have won this game. It was brutal from every front. I did say that, if Aaron Rodgers has a good game, then we're fucked, and he did, and we were fucked. But, maybe not a good second half, but he started out hot. Just want to let you know, he did pass Brett Favre in all-time passing touchdowns, which is sweet, and did it without sending any dick pics to any cheerleaders on the team, which huge plus.
Wow, huge step for him. Real big
plus. Well, I'm just saying it's not an indictment on Aaron Rodgers. It's mostly an indictment on Brett Favre. But yeah, it fucking blows. This was so brutal. Every time you thought, okay, after the second fumble, you're like, they're going to tighten up. There's no way they're going to do it again. And then they did it again. And then they did it again. It was absolutely bananas.
And Al, I know this is probably going to be the one take where you'll kind of wholeheartedly agree with me. 16 of 23, 139, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. a total of 85 yards in the second half. That's not a good game for your daddy, Aaron Rodgers. It's
No, he
not a
had
good game.
two. He had two passes when it mattered the most. He was more clutch than he was good, if that makes
For
He's
sense.
sure. Like,
his
like
touchdown pass
I
is pretty
think
good.
which I think I even said when we were talking about Aaron Rodgers, where the only thing you got to be worried about now, I think you kind of seconded it too, where it's like he can still be Aaron Rodgers for like a play or two here and there. And that's what he did. This was not a good game. Aaron Rodgers is not a good quarterback anymore,
He
but
is a
he
good
just comes
quarterback.
up clutch, like when he needs to. Coming out of halftime, throwing a pick, that's horrible. Having
Yeah.
62, by the way, 62 of those 85 yards came on the final drive of the game. Aaron Rodgers did nothing. This guy, running around, discount, double dick, all this
That's
stuff.
fine.
He did nothing. So
the team
that's
lost, so
my
you're
Aaron Rodgers
angry,
take.
so you need to tear Aaron
I'm not
Rodgers
angry
down. I
anymore.
understand. You are. You seem
You
a
two
little
are the angry
spiteful.
ones.
You
No,
seem
it's
sullied.
spiteful.
And
It's
it
spiteful.
shows. It
Oh, look at
shows.
you. I see it.
Yeah.
Sully.
Yeah. It worked out very well. But yeah, no, it's I understand you want to tear the guy down because he beat the football team. I get it. But
So,
but
first of all,
greatness.
the team's called the Patriots. This isn't like the
Yeah.
Washington football team. We have an
It's
actual
true.
name, so you can just call them that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Al, to what you said. So you are factually right in what you said, where it's like, the Patriots did enough to win the game. They should have won. They almost doubled the yards and everything. I already said what happened with the yardage in the second half and everything. Defense, first two drives, I remember. I remember the tweets. Everybody, oh my God, this defense is horrible. They showed the fuck up afterwards. This offense, after stumbling out the gate, fumbles. Like I have the drives here. They fumbled on the first drive. They came back and answered on the a 9-play, 77-yard drive. That's an awesome drive. They had that 17-play, 92-yard drive that ended with the Stevenson fumble, which, I mean, obviously that's not how you want it to end. But then they also had a 15-play, 88-yard drive. My positives, guys, the reason why I'm coming out of this not as doom and gloom as everybody, I'm still pissed that we lost because, like you said, Al, this should have been a win. The Patriots should be 2-1, potentially being 3-1 playing the Bills in week 5.
Right.
That's how things should be right now. So for that, I'm pissed. I'm upset. After this game yesterday, Sunday, I had to drive to Tampa to go watch the fucking Red Sox lose. So I was just stewing driving there. So I was angry the whole time. I'm sitting there venting to Nicole about it, and she's just, letting me go off on it and everything because there's traffic, obviously, because it's fucking Disney. But I digress. But for the reasons that you said that they should have won, Al, and like what we all talked about, that's why I'm a little bit more positive about this. I don't foresee the Patriots fumbling the ball 4 times. One, I don't think Stevenson is going to have as much. He's going to have a reduced play workload moving forward. He's going to. Pop Douglas, by the way, everything, and we're going to get into players, but I'm just kind of giving my opening thing first.
Mhm.
I think you're giving a lot of moral victories here. When allow me to go Herm Edwards on you quickly.
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Play to win the game.
Cool. Okay.
Hello. You play to win the game. You
100%.
don't play it just to play it. So, there's
100%.
not a whole lot of positives from this. We lost the fucking game.
Okay. So that's the negative. What more is negative other than you are 1-2? Did the team play bad? Other than the turnovers, was the game plan bad? The game plan worked. Everything worked. You had player errors from 2 guys, really, from Rhamondre Stevenson and Pop Douglas. I know Drake May fumbled and threw the tipped pick. I understand that. But if you take away one of Stevenson's fumbles, and if Pop Douglas falls forward instead of juking 2 yards back, we might not even be having this conversation.
Yeah.
So my thing is,
you had a receiver or a lineman streaking toward the end zone looking for a pass that ended up getting called a penalty.
What are you talking about? Michael Wenu?
Yeah, he's talking about the Wenu play.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, running a sail route.
So again, you are proving my point. That is his only flag all year. Like you are feeding into what I'm saying. I think you guys just expect me to be more upset about it. I'm pissed that they lost. Like you said, Al, they should have won this goddamn game. It's frustrating when everything is working. We wanted a competent offense for what, Liam, 5 years? We've been begging for a fucking competent offense, and you get it. And right when you're at the goal line, you are a foot before scoring. and
Dude,
you
I
fumble
literally
the
thought they
ball.
scored. Remember, I
I
had to
know you
ask you
did.
guys. I got
Yes.
up and went to make lunch. I was like, sweet, tie game.
And that so for that reason, because this is week 3, because you played a good game, you played well enough to win, you also made mistakes which obviously cost the game. That's why I'm not all doom and gloom. This isn't last season where we couldn't even find bright spots last season. You
Right.
guys remember it was
We
fucking
tried.
miserable.
It was
We did.
tough.
I couldn't even find bright spots.
I
Like this
think
was tough.
I think the tough part is just when you have this team that consistently shoots themselves in the foot with penalties and bad turnovers. And this is something with the turnovers. The reason why I get so upset about it is because we've seen it now since 2020. Think of all the examples that you can think of. In the Cam Newton year, two examples that come to mind. The Seattle game at the 1 yard line, with last play of the game doesn't get in. That
Mhm.
same year, they're playing the Broncos. They go down the field, can't get it done. The opening game of Mac Jones's rookie year against the Dolphins, Damian Harris fumbles. Like there's so many examples that just continuously like build and build and build. And that's the issue that I have is that when it looks like there's progress being made, it's up, fumble at the goal line, up, interception in the end zone before halftime, up,
Yes.
Drake May. That's the big thing. That's why in that instance, I'm doom and gloom. Now, for the season, no, obviously not. They're playing the Panthers this upcoming week. They're coming off a big blowout win against Atlanta. I think that they are going to be a little bit, high and mighty in this game. They're going to think they can come into New England and win. But I
Mhm.
think New England's going to have a good game plan. I think they win that game. I really do.
Yeah.
And then it's two and
Spoiler
two.
alert.
I do. I don't even care. They're going to win the game. They're 2-2. They go into Buffalo. They probably lose. And then they have that stretch where it's like the Saints, the
Easy.
Titans, the Browns, the Falcons, like the
Jets are in
Jets, the
there.
Giants. Like there are winnable games there. But for right now, you can't even beat those teams until you stop beating yourselves. That's what it comes down to.
You're correct. So we feel the same way. I'm just talking about the season now as
Right.
opposed to harping on the game
Right.
because like you said, like they do this all the time, but I'd be a little more upset if we didn't just see them do a complete 180 against the Dolphins. They made plays to lose that game, but they came back and they played like a resilient team, like Liam, like your Eagles, where you play bad enough to lose, but you make the plays to win. So Al, this is where I'm at, where I'm like, you see both of these things in back-to-back weeks. So it's like, I think the Patriots team is somewhere in the middle where I don't think they're as bad. I obviously 11-6, all that shit. Obviously, I think they're going to be 10-7, probably 9-8 now, just because I did have them winning one of these two Raiders and Steelers games. But that's why I'm a little bit more positive too, because I genuinely thought they were going to drive down the field, score the game time touchdown, go into overtime, and then win. Why did I think that? Because we just saw them be a resilient football team against the Dolphins in a place where they haven't won in 6 years. So that's why I'm more positive coming out of this because I'm like, well, you know what? Fuck, you lost. You have to clean up the fumbles. Drake May, and we'll talk about it in a second. You have to throw a better ball in the end zone. But there were a lot of positives to take too. The defense, Robert Spillane, 15 tackles, one pick, one tackle for a loss. Milton Williams still doing his job back there. Like Joshua Farmer made a play early in the game. Like, and then and I'm not gonna be the guy that's gonna blame penalties on the reason we lost. But guys, fucking blasphemous calls. Again, you have to, the Patriots still made enough plays to lose, but it is just tough when your margin for error is so small, which we knew it was going to be coming into this year, when you're getting flagged for ticky-tack holding calls, Marcus Jones submarining a blocker when he's really just trying to get to the ball carrier. So that is the reason why I'm looking at it positively now, because I'm like, you know what? You have Carolina next week. And then you know what? Fucking shock the world and beat the Bills because the Bills almost lost to the Dolphins. Like I know it was a Thursday night game, so it was a short week or whatever. So that's why I'm positive now. I would be less positive if the Patriots didn't beat the Dolphins last week because I'd be like, well, you know what? They're still the same fucking team, rebuilding, blah blah blah. Does that satisfy you, Al, to explain why I'm being positive
It's
moving
fair.
forward with
It's
this?
fair. It's a fair take. It's a fair take. I think that on the
Just a
other
different
side.
POV. That's all,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I just want to see more of that Miami. I don't want to be, because I'm not going to lie to you. When they got the ball back yesterday, when Drake May fumbled, I said to myself, of course, this is how it's going to go. The Steelers are going to drive down, they score, and then the Patriots are going to have a chance to tie it or win it, and they're going to do something stupid. And sure enough, the Pop Douglas play, again, not it's nobody else's fault but Pop Douglas, but again, a stupid decision leads to the game ending. And that's the type of shit I want eliminated. I want that gone.
I
Where it's
think the
like,
quarterback deserves some blame for that. Like, throw it past the fucking sticks. Like it,
Pop
it
wasn't
was
there. He
at
had to throw it right to
yeah,
him.
that wasn't
I,
that's not on Drake May. That was not
but
on May.
okay.
Right.
I'm not saying it's entirely his fault, but like at a certain point, like put the ball past where you need to get it. And like I don't look at Demario Douglas as somebody who I'm like, yep, he's 100% breaking this tackle. Like, I might be more inclined to say Afton Chisholm would. Maybe that's because of recency bias. It was the fucking preseason. But if you're throwing it out to Wes Welker, I'm saying that's 80-20. He's going to break that tackle. Edelman, again, 80-20. I like those odds. But know your personnel a little bit. It's like when the Vikings lost that playoff game to the Giants like a couple years ago when they had that one-off year. And with the season on the line, Kirk Cousins throws it like 10 yards or like 5 yards before the first
God,
down
that
on
was
fourth down.
horrible.
Like it was fucking horrible. And no,
Mhm.
this isn't that bad. Like he wasn't like 5 yards before the line to gain, but at some point put the fucking ball past the line of gain.
Or Pop Douglas can just fall down like backwards
Yeah,
and fucking get a first
I
Yeah.
down. I
agree.
mean,
So there's blame to pass around. We can slice up this blame evenly and everyone can get a slice. Don't you fucking worry
Uh,
about it.
so
But
mm, no, I think so. So the Pop Douglas thing, that since we're talking about it, I guess we'll just dive into that. Liam, you're right. If May threw this kind of like a screen pass to Pop and he had to beat a guy to get a first down, I'd be 100% with you. He threw the ball a foot near the sticks, which is where the route was. So like if you want to say maybe Pop should have ran there, maybe the like whatever, like the
yeah, get
operation maybe
depth.
should have been. But either way, the ball was there. And Pop Douglas did not have to break a tackle. All he had to do was fall forward. That
that's
was
it.
it. He did what, and as I'm watching the game, my Nicole and I looked to each other at the same time. We said, this is the same shit that Julian Edelman used to always do. And it used to piss me off where he would catch the ball. He would think he can beat everybody. And sometimes he could because he was that good. But the thing with Pop, Patrick Queen was coming at him, and Patrick Queen was kind of not letting up, but you could see there was the space. Low man wins. Pop Douglas is small. Catch the ball, fight forward. You didn't even have to fight for a full like yard and a half. All you had to do was fall forward. So that like you mix that, and I guess since we are talking about like a full Pop Douglas thing here,
He did
you
have two
mix
people
that.
coming at him though in his defense. Like
Yeah.
even if he
So
got
why
low,
not
there's
try
a
to
chance
jump
he get
forward?
yeah,
Guess what, dude?
like
Guess what though, Liam?
yeah,
Guess what? You're playing football and it's fourth down.
100%.
This is how you win games. This is the type of player that you want, that I want, that Al wants, that Mike Vrabel wants. Like, we don't want the guy that's going to try to finesse your way
Know your
out.
personnel though. Like
In
fucking
this
Stephon Diggs
situation,
might be able to fucking reach his hand over and get it. I'm not trusting
you
Pop
can't
Douglas
this
for that.
yeah, but this isn't Madden. You can't just mix and match players in certain positions and
That's actually
throw to
exactly what you
someone
can do
that's
because you can't
covered.
do that very easily in Madden, and I
Okay,
wish you
no,
could
you
do that.
can't. Yeah,
But
I
that's
know, right?
exactly what
It
you
is
can do.
horrible. No,
Yeah,
you
it's
can't.
super annoying.
Okay,
But yes, you
no.
can. That's actually the entire point of an offense is to find mismatches. They didn't just line Calvin Johnson up wherever. They were like, all right, we'll put you against the slot guy, get you a couple easy catches, then we'll put you on the outside.
No,
Like you're
that's a
exploiting
this is
matchups.
a
That's exactly
this
what this
is
is.
dude. The
Just
play
like in the
was
last
there.
game. Yeah, in a
That's the
set, yeah,
thing.
like yeah, it could have been, but like
No,
I just
you're
think
right.
yeah, I don't know. Like even in the last game, like against the Dolphins, we lined Robert Spillane up split wide against Devon Achane. And I was like, this is going to be a dick kicking because the Dolphins
Yeah,
found the good matchup. And what did he do? Ran a slant,
yeah.
got a touchdown. Like
But that
it's
happens every
about
game, though.
matchups.
Like running backs are
Certainly.
going to get
So
matched up
fucking
against
do it for the
linebackers.
game,
It
god damn it.
sucks.
And it sucks. If we didn't fumble a million times, we probably would have just run the ball in that
See, that's
situation.
the thing too. Yeah, like if they just hold on to the ball. But speaking about Pop though, I want to ask you guys. I I still like Pop Douglas. I still want him to be on the team, obviously. but it is painfully clear in these first three games, him and Drake Maye are not on the same page. Like chemistry, why you know how like Brady and Edelman, even honestly, Maye and Booty, Maye and Diggs to an extent, like Maye throws to Diggs on fourth downs, the out routes and everything. It is clear that they aren't on the same page because with something I've noticed, a lot of these passes where you're like, Maye, what were you doing? That one pick he threw where the Steelers defender dropped it, that was to Pop Douglas. And again, it looks like a bad play, but when you watch people break it down and talk about it, Maye thought Pop was going to do something that he wasn't going to do. And like, I'm not taking blame off of Maye. Like, they both deserve blame. But it's just one of those things where, like, I kind of see why Brady would shun young receivers when, like, he wasn't on the same page with them, because this is what happens when you're not on the same page. You throw picks. Like, when you expect Pop Douglas to kind of sit down in the zone, he starts to run through it. I wanted to pose that question to you guys if you've seen it, or am I just kind of reading the tea leaves that aren't there, or what is going on with Pop Douglas and Drake Maye?
I think with Pop Douglas, the problem is he's not as smart of a football player as we all thought he was. I think he's still making mistakes in year three that he was in his rookie year. And I think that's the problem. Because you can have all the physical tools in the world, but if you don't understand the mental side of the game, then you're not going to get anywhere. And granted, too, like, and I texted you guys this the other day in the group chat. If I'm the Patriots going forward, like you have for your five other slots, I think you go either, Henderson or Gibson with Rhamondre coming in, yeah, at the back. Then you have Hunter Henry in there. And then for your three receivers, I think at this point you go Stephon Diggs in the slot, and you go Keion Booty on the outside, and then mix and match the other one, whether it's Mac Hollins getting some of the reps, whether it's Kyle Williams. I want to see more Kyle Williams. That's who I want to see getting the ball more.
First
He
catch.
finally got a catch.
I
And
jumped out of my seat.
it was a beautiful route. It was a great route, great ball. It was only like a 9-yard gain or whatever, but still, it's like, okay, good route runner, can get to the football. I think at this point, you kind of question, all right, what is Pop's role in this offense? Because don't forget, Josh McDaniels' offense is not easy, guys. It's a complicated offense to really get down. It's a hard playbook. So if you're going to continue to make these mistakes, I don't know why Josh doesn't say, you know what, Pop, you're done. Diggs, move over to the slot, and then we're going to have the other guys on the outside. So I don't know. I think it wouldn't surprise me if Pop's snap count went down these next couple weeks. Or it should. It should.
It's just weird. Like, I think it's definitely a transition period because I gotta say, I love the plays that Josh McDaniels is running. Like, he has modernized his
It's a
offense,
great offense.
changed his offense. That 1 year off football must have been transcendent for Josh McDaniels. Like last game against the Dolphins, that tight end leak route that had Austin Hooper down to the goal line, that is used in every playbook. It's the biggest trend that started in college football and leaked its way up to the pros, pun intended. And like, it's awesome. And even the touchdown to Hunter Henry, where they line Mac Wilson up, or not Mac Wilson, that's a fucking Mac Hollins. I was thinking former Patriots great who had a safety on Mac Jones.
Yeah, he had a good game.
Yeah, he did. Not for the Patriots, of course. But when they line Mac Hollins up in the backfield and then he kind of snakes out, everyone bites on Mac Hollins or the run, and then Hunter Henry's right open. Like, the plays are great. But
both Hunter Henry touchdowns were great.
Were awesome. Yes, the second one was all effort on Hunter Henry. He's a dog. He's
beautiful.
he's like that. That's why he's our guy. But
he was open too, which was nice.
Yeah, which is a nice perk. It doesn't happen a whole lot actually, but friggin', I love the offense that they're running, but McDaniel's still figuring out his personnel and who he trusts and who he doesn't. So I think it will be the kind of offense that we'd like to see, but we need that sort of trust. Like I brought up Tyquan Thornton earlier. He goes to the Chiefs, and the Chiefs, even though their offense is shit, Andy Reid has the ultimate confidence in his offense. And he goes, I know what this guy does well. He runs deep, and I'm going to send him deep. And I'm going to send him deep every play. And that's something that we didn't have the confidence to do when we had him. And now he's crushing it. So, like, you got to figure out who's good at what. But we also, like, it's weird. Like, I give him all this praise, but I haven't seen Kyle Williams run a deep route once. He has one catch for, a first down, 8 yards, which was really nice. But like,
Mhm.
I haven't seen him go in on any deep routes or any packages for specific players or anything like that. And I gotta say, I'm not super psyched that Stephon Diggs is 3 catches for 23 yards. Like, at some point, we got a fucking stud wide receiver, and he's was clearly pissed in the last game. I don't know if you saw the Rhamondre fumble on the goal line. He's trying to punch the
Uh,
ball out of Peyton Wilson's
God.
hands while he's celebrating. That's just a frustrated receiver. I absolutely get that. I'd be pissed
Yeah.
too. I don't think it's like a locker room cancer or anything like
No,
that.
no, 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 not at all.
But at some point, we signed this guy to a huge fucking contract, and think about the money he's making for 3 catches for 23 yards in this fucking game. Let's get him going a little bit. So, like, I don't know. I love the offense, but it leaves much to be desired. It's definitely a weird transition period. And getting back to Demario Douglas, I haven't liked what I've seen so far. I have this image in my mind of what he could be because we were blessed with Wes Welker and Julian Edelman, but this is a different offense. Like they didn't run tight end leak back in the day. They're not running all these crazy plays back then. Like it's a different offense. So I shouldn't have those same expectations on the guy. But I am solemnly disappointed. He finished with -2 receiving yards. Yes, a touchdown in week one. In this game, 2 for 7.
Crazy.
I forget what he had last game. I don't think he had anything, maybe one
Doesn't
for
matter.
five.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was forgetful. And like
Yep.
he was our bright spot coming in the last couple seasons. He's been all right. So I don't know. I don't want to say I'm done with him, but like this is getting pretty brutal here. It's just a transition period, so we gotta buckle in. We gotta stay the course. Like we're Christopher Columbus on the ship to America. We cannot see land, but it's somewhere out there, and we're probably gonna land in the Maldives or something and be way fucking off. But at least like we have faith.
Can I bring something up off topic that's really been pissing me off?
Oh
Mm,
boy.
It's obviously Patriots related.
grinds your gears.
You know what really grinds my gears?
What is it?
So the Patriots fans online that
Oh, buddy.
compare
Talk about it, please.
that compare Mike Vrabel's first 3 games to Gerard Mayo's first 3 games last year, that's driving me nuts. Like, for anybody that doesn't know, there's a couple tweets that are going around. I'll just read them off. It's really fast. So obviously, Vrabel and Mayo both 1-2. Vrabel has 6 turnovers in his first 3 games as a head coach. Mayo only had one. Vrabel with 27 penalties for his team. Mayo with only 13. But here's the thing: that Patriots team last year was so boring to watch and so like vanilla in their offense that like it was insane. It was just insane to think about. And not only that, you guys remember who they played week 3? They played Aaron
Jets?
Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, and they got creamed on that Thursday
Yeah,
night game. It wasn't even close.
he
I
looked
At
remember
least,
that.
great.
Yeah.
at least Mike, that game he looked great. This game he did not. But anyways, at
Good
least
moments.
he had like 2 moments this game
5 moments.
oh, stop. Anyways, point being, can we get that narrative like out of people's heads that like Mike Vrabel has these guys so much better prepared? Like the penalties, it sucks, but like it's a young team too, so they're
Mhm.
going to keep making mistakes. Like last year, it was just they didn't have talent. This year, the talent's better, but it's a lot of first and second year players. So
Fourth
that
youngest team in the league.
exactly.
Yeah.
So they're gonna make their mistakes. So can we at least like let half the season go by before we talk about the Mike Vrabel and Gerard Mayo comparisons? Because I guarantee at the midway point we're gonna be in a lot better state than we were last year. Can we stop with that?
I would love to say yes, but no, we
No, of
can't.
course
Like
not.
everyone's a victim of
Us three are
comparison.
great, but like
Yeah, it's the comparison's the thief of joy. It's a mind virus that creeps in, and
One of my
you're
favorite sayings, by the way, Liam.
what
Comparison is the
comparison's
thief
the
of
thief
joy.
of joy.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%, because
Yep.
it absolutely is.
Yep.
But like, it's just a bunch of people who want to dull their critical thinking by going, "Whoa, this happened." They pick out all these numbers, but it's lying with statistics. It doesn't tell the whole story. Let's look at yards. Let's look at all
Mhm.
these other factors. QBR. Let's
Situations,
look
the
at
game. Yep.
100%. Yeah, I want to see how many yards did Hunter Henry have through 3 games last season, because it probably wasn't this much. It definitely wasn't
Probably
this many
nothing.
touchdowns. Yeah, I want to know Jacoby Brissett's numbers versus Drake
Mhm.
Mays. Like, there's so many more
Mhm.
factors instead of just being like, well, the turnovers, there were this many turnovers. Yep, that's totally fine.
Dude,
and 5 of
the
them were in one game. That's the thing.
Yeah,
5 of them were in
which
one
is
game.
super,
So it's
which is
inflated.
exactly
which
there.
is
Yeah,
upsetting.
so another way to lie with statistics. But like, I bet if you pulled whatever that Patriots week 1 or 2 game when we got smoked in Kansas City when like Jimmy Garoppolo threw the only touchdown of the game to Gronk and the Patriots just looked like dog shit. I bet if you pulled those early season numbers, people would be like, "This is terrible," and then they won the
Yeah.
Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
So
Do you want to know how crazy this is, Al? It's funny you bring this up because it reminded me. I was at the Red Sox game last night, like I mentioned, and but we were sitting next to a bunch of like University of Tampa. Had like a bunch of people there. So some guy was walking by. He saw my hat. I have the Patriots rivalry hat, by the way. Finally came in. Very nice colors, by the way, guys. Like if you see him in person, they're very nice. Guy walks by and he's like, "Oh, Patriots fan," like because I'm there with my brother-in-law, and he's like, the guy who walked by was like, "Oh, like, what do you think, blah blah?" So we're just shooting the shit about the game, in between innings. And the guy goes,
I just picture he's like, "So what do you think about the Pats?" And you're still stewed up from the game, so you're like, "I fucking hate it. What do you think?" I think just snap at this poor guy.
I was already so negative about the Red Sox. I was like, at least the Patriots have like hope. Like the Red Sox are just like potentially collapsing right now. But I was like, the guy looked at me and he said this, which kind of makes me think of what you're saying, Al. And Liam, you too, but just since Al brought up the topic, the guy was like, and Mike Vrabel, man, I don't know, like he was supposed to be like this culture guy, and like I don't see it. And like like when I'm talking to you guys about the Patriots, I know how we can talk about the Patriots. We can get as in depth as we want because like whatever, but I'm not going to talk to this dude in a fucking minor league stadium while the Red Sox are losing, whatever. But he said that, and it made me think, if you are a Patriots fan, this is to anybody listening, watching, and you watch this team and you don't see how the culture has shifted, how the team looks different, I don't know what to tell you. Al, I make fun of you for being so negative. Anyone who thinks that makes you look like me. That's how bad, because last season, the Patriots would be 0-3 right now. They would not have fought back in this Steelers game. They still lost, but they wouldn't have fought back over or tried to overcome 5 turnovers, 14-0. They were down 14-0, and they came back and tied the game. And it wasn't instant because they had fuck ups. For a 2 touchdown deficit is relatively big for a team that was playing like shit. All right,
I guess
shut the fuck up, Eagles fan. Shut up.
I'm just saying.
But like they fought
26-3.
They fought the. You are an Eagles fan. I don't know why you're just
saying. You can, Mike. You can mute him anytime.
No. I don't silence people. I don't silence people. Come on, I'm not
saying. People come back from 24 all the time.
Okay,
maybe no bad teams.
But you know what I mean. Like the game against the Dolphins, the Gerard Mayo Patriots wouldn't have won that game. So this is just kind of to wrap up what you said, Al. This is not the same team as the Gerard Mayo Patriots. The culture is slowly shifting. Like obviously, it was never going to be a quickly they're Super Bowl contenders, all that kind of to go into the whole Pop Douglas, Kyle Williams thing, just like McDaniel's trying to figure out the offense. You don't want to thrust a rookie in there. You want to give Pop Douglas a shot because you see the talent. But I think now we're kind of hitting that turning point where you do have to move on, So like, don't, if you are worried about these Patriots and they look the same and all that, they have the same record, you are watching just to nitpick and complain. That's my thoughts to those.
There is a way to stop this kind of thinking.
Yeah, say it. Yep.
You guys got to get offline. Like you guys are chronically online.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
This is like, that's the type of stuff, reading comments. I've never read a comment in my life, and I'm not going to start now. That's the type of shit that leads to ass cancer. The only things I comment on are videos of fullbacks, and I go to the comments, I write, make fullbacks great again. I post it, and that's the only time I've been in a comment. Ever. If my girlfriend posts a picture of me, I don't fucking comment. I never look at the comments. Even my own comments. I know it's just all my friends trashing me. I'm just like, yep, haha, I like it. When I get the notification, don't even go to the comments. I'm like, anything you're getting from comments is going to be horrible. It's the lowest common denominator take. Yes.
It's just like radio callers. It's always
100%. They're always alcoholics who are trying to avoid their wife by sitting in a random parking lot 2 miles from their house drinking. They have nothing else to do.
See, this is why this is why it's funny, like Al, when you call me Patty Positive, because outside of this podcast, I am probably the most negative, angry person you've ever met. So it's very funny. That's why I'm always online. It's either like I'm online because I'm angry or I'm angry because I'm online. One of the
Yeah.
two.
No
I
one's
am
ever
not a
happy when they're
happy person,
online.
but
Yeah.
it's
True.
just funny when we talk about it. But yeah, so Pop Douglas, I don't know. We'll see. I do hope that we see some Efton Chisholm next week. Maybe. I feel like we have to, especially kind of how like Pop was just at the center of the final play. We'll see. But I do want to move on to a thing that I think we all can say is still a bright spot, even though this guy didn't play perfect. Drake Maye, 26 to 37, 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, a pick. He had what, 7 rushes for 45 yards. Overall, yep, he had the pick. I understand, and we'll talk about it in a second. Overall, guys, I'm thrilled with how he had 13 straight completions at one point, and they weren't all easy dump offs. They were good throws. He had some deep digs to Booty. He had just some nice anticipation throws. Overall, I'm happy with Drake Maye. We don't have to give it a letter grade. But if we did, I'd say like B minus, just because he did have the pick and the fumble. But yeah, I'm 268 yards is good. You're in the process of leading a comeback. You're keeping the offense on time too. You notice how there weren't any delay of game penalties. How many of those did we have last year, guys? A ton. Like, I just think that Drake Maye is developing kind of how we all want him to. What are your guys kind of, we don't need to stick on him because we're always going to talk about Drake Maye every week. So we don't have to wax poetically every time, but just overall thoughts on Drake Maye. How'd you feel about him coming out of this game?
Still feel good. Still feel like he's the guy, but you have to limit the turnovers. Once you limit those turnovers, then he'll be a complete player. That's
That's my
where
point exactly. Like he's
exactly.
just going to make like you can count on it. He's going to make a mistake every game, and it's super annoying. In this game, he really made two big ones, was the fumble and the interception. But like a lot of those sacks, super preventable. Like he he's young. I get it. He's like 22. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I was 22, I was a fucking idiot. You couldn't trust me with a
Dude, he's
football
12
team.
years
Like
younger than me,
it's
11
nuts.
years younger
Well,
than me.
12. I think
Crazy.
you're being a little conservative on that one, but
Crazy.
that's okay. You know, who am I to cast aspersions? But like it's just like the you can count on him. I was watching the Bill Simmons podcast this morning, and his fat alcoholic cousin was like, "We call him Drake maybe because maybe he'll do good and maybe
Oh,
he
I
won't."
saw that. I saw Bill
Yeah,
Simmons' podcast.
Boo.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah.
was
Fucking
like,
Bill
"Ha
Simmons.
ha," but I
Hack.
was like, and I kind of like thought about it. I was like, but you know, in a sense, he's not entirely wrong. Like, you know, stereotypes are stereotypes because they're shorter. Like it's there's a reason that that's the consensus there. So like I get it. It's just it's super annoying. I want to write it off as he's young, but like goddamn, I also want a good football team.
Guys, I'm telling you, give it 3 years, God willing, we're all still alive and still talking,
Yeah,
which
hopefully
I'm
not.
sure we will be talking. Well, actually, Liam might have moved to Philly at that point and fully been
Yeah.
indoctrinated into the Philly Eagles,
Like a
fan base over there. But I'm
Go
telling you
birds.
guys, this is exactly how Josh Allen's career started. I
Yeah.
remember because I was one of the people saying what all the super negative people are saying about Drake Maye. Oh, Josh, you guys think he's good? He can do this stuff, but he sucks. He throws picks. He's a kid. He's dumb. And what happened? It just clicks at one point. I think we're
Yeah.
watching it in real time start to click for Drake Maye because there are plays where he is being more confident. He is tucking the ball more. He's being safer. Like great, and
Yeah.
we'll talk about the pick right now. So they were on the
Well,
goal line.
hold on. But I do agree. Like, I hate the comparison comments. I hate comparison as a whole, but I hate the Josh Allen comparison. But in a sense, like when I see him outrun T.J. Watt to the edge or outrun Herbig or whatever that
Judon.
other fucking linebacker was, yeah, and Judon
He
last
runs
game,
everybody.
like he did it twice in this past game. He did it to Judon for a touchdown. I'm like, he doesn't look fast, but like Josh Allen doesn't look fast either, and Josh Allen gets 50-yard runs for some fucking
Mm-hmm.
reason. So like. I watch him and I'm like, I get it. Like, I get why people are comparing him. I don't want that to be the case because I hate Josh Allen. I hope he's better than Josh Allen. But, like, I totally see the sneaky athleticism everyone's talking about.
I mean, dude, we saw like to kind of go back a week when the Dolphins played the Bills. We saw Josh Allen make the same touchdown play that Drake Maye made last year when
Yeah.
he's running towards the side of the end zone and it looks like he's about to run, but he flicks it into the end zone. Like that was one of those things where I was like, God damn, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I hate
Shit.
the Bills. Like, I
Yeah.
hate Josh Allen because he's on the Bills. But
Yeah.
if Drake Maye turns into Josh Allen, just physically on the field playing, that is a home run for the
You think
Patriots.
Josh Allen's just in like a dark room flicking through tape going, wow, look at that play by
Just
Drake May.
watching
God.
Drake May going,
Yeah.
I'm going
He's
to
like,
add this into the
yeah, I'm gonna
playbook.
do that. He's like, God, I hope I'm as good as Drake May one day. Click, click,
I hope,
click.
I hope Drake May is. But yeah, so the pick though. So right before the half, Patriots are driving. They're down right near the goal line. Drake May drops back, throws it. Ball gets tipped at the line. Steelers defender intercepts it. The Patriots come away with 0 points. It's 14-7 going into the half. You were kind of hoping to get some sort of points coming out of that, which again, another thing where they score there. Who knows what happened? So it's just like these self-inflicted things. So tipped passes at the line. You can only put so much of it on the quarterback because every single quarterback gets balls tipped. But in this case, I think we can all agree, and Vrabel said it, Drake May even said it, he probably should have laid the ball up more to the back of the end zone, the back pylon, let Keion Boutte kind of go get it. And again, that's one of those. Drake May's 22. He's got to learn to do that. We're going through the growing pains right now. It's a shitty thing. It's a bad thing. You have to correct it. But I hope we're kind of all on the same page here. It doesn't change the fact that I'm still psyched about Drake May. But just that pick, though, I don't know if you guys had any other comments on it or anything, or I guess you could talk about the fumble as well, but just the bad things from Drake May before we move on to another bad player that the Patriots had.
The pick was soul crushing after an 85-yard drive. And, like, again, great play calling. Like, I mentioned it earlier in the show. I'm going to say it again. We went for it on 4th and 1 from our own 16, and the play was a speed option to the weak side. Some college football shit. And Drake May fucked up the read. Like, quite frankly, like, it was an awesome play, and he threw it to Rhamondre when he probably should have kept it. But, like, it fucking worked. And I was like, gutsy, ballsy. It reminded me of that Arnold Schwarzenegger video. I think I even said it in the group chat where he's like talking about how he smokes his cigars inside because he's ballsy and he's a stud and he could smoke his cigars wherever the fuck he wants. And that's what I felt when I saw this play call. I was like, that's ballsy. He's a stud. He can call any fucking play and it's going to work. And then to go all the way down, perfect drive. Everything's clicking. We're getting Rhamondre in the flat. We're getting Antonio Gibson up the middle. Hunter Henry's
Great drive.
contributing the whole way. It was beautiful. We even got Stephon Diggs over the middle for a second. And all the way to go down there and fucking throw a pick in the end zone is so crushing. I was devastated. I've had pets that have died that I wasn't as sad as I was when I saw
Mm-hmm.
that pick.
Yeah, I'm not going to add too much more. It was crushing. It was defeating. It was, of course, they make a mistake when they
Say it.
can't afford to make one.
Say it. Say it. What was it, Al? What was it? Say what it was.
Losing football.
There it is. Yeah, dude, it was. But and see, this is. I'm sorry, guys, but like maybe it's from when I was like a salesman. You have to fucking make yourself be positive. The fact that was a crushing interception. A weaker minded team would have crumbled there. They came out of the half, picked off Aaron Rodgers, then obviously fumbled a bunch more, but like they still tried to win. So like it sucked, whatever, but it's like, you know what? Learn from it. Like moving forward, learn from it. Have a game like you had against Miami. Don't have any of those bad plays. So I have faith that Drake May is going to learn from it. I think we're all still thumbs up on Drake May, which I mean, like I said, every week we're going to talk about him, obviously. But yeah, we haven't really talked about it. We have to talk about the elephant in the room. Rhamondre Stevenson. Two fumbles, two crucial fumbles, one more than the other, but two horrible fumbles. One first drive of the game. Patriots are kind of moving down there. Nothing crazy, but they are going down. They're trying to answer touchdown, or they're trying to, they got the ball first. So they're trying to go down there and score first. Rhamondre Stevenson gets arm tackled and the ball just pops out. Second fumble was the goal line one. We'll talk about that in a second, but just that first fumble, guys. My issue with it, not even the fact that you fumble, because sometimes you get fucking mollywopped and you just drop the ball. Stevenson is fumbling the ball on when a feather hits him. What went through your head with that fumble, that first one? Not the second one yet, the first one.
what is it? The law of averages balancing each other out. So Rhamondre Stevenson has a great game against Miami, and now he's back down to earth against, he's back down to earth against the freaking Steelers. I mean, this is what we saw last season. And at this point, I'm so tired of it. And I'm at the point now where I would be okay with them if they were to say if tomorrow, Adam Schefter breaking news, Patriots have cut running back Rhamondre Stevenson. I'd be okay with it
That's
because
right.
I think at that point you have Gibson already as your veteran. You give more snaps to Henderson, and then if you want to add a third back, go get you Michael
Hasty's
Hasty.
on the practice
Yeah,
squad.
yeah, great squads think great minds
Yeah,
think alike.
Big Hasty
So
boys. We all like Hasty.
they do.
that's just where I'm at. It's like the good. There's not enough good to outweigh how much bad he has done.
Yeah. I was fucking blown away on that first fumble.
Just
I
the
gotta
first one right now. Yeah,
where
just
I
the
was
first one.
yeah, where I was like, oh no. It's literally like watching like you're watching a horror movie and they're approaching the scene where there's a jump scare and you're like, I know there's a jump scare. Oh no. Like when it happened, I was like, I know how bad this is gonna be. And like my mind can't even wrap around how bad this is gonna be. And like I was like, okay. And I was like, now he's gonna get benched. And I felt bad for him. I was like, now we're not gonna see him for the rest of the game. And then he goes in there and has a few runs and catches some passes. I'm like, maybe there's hope for him. But yeah, like I was just like, oh no, like it's happening again.
It's happening again. Yeah, that first
Yeah.
one it's one of those ones, dude, where you're like, God, okay, but you know what? It's early. It's not like crunch time. Like, God
Yeah.
forbid, you weren't like at the goal line or something.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. It is
Imagine.
what it is, right? Like, that
Yeah.
would be horrible. So,
It
fast
would
forward a
be.
few drives later. Patriots are driving. Rhamondre Stevenson again fumbles the ball. He is a foot from scoring the game tying touchdown. And he fumbles the ball into the end zone. It's a touchback. Steelers take it back. Steelers end up scoring on that play. Just, I don't know. Like, this was the one for me, Al, where I agree with you, where I'm like, you know what? We all like Rhamondre Stevenson. Although, Al, you might have hit the nail on the head so far. He was your LVP, least valuable player
Mhm.
moving into this season, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you're
You may
looking
have hit
really
it.
good there, you dick.
We are going to talk about my LVP too, by the way, who is, swimmingly going with what I thought he was going to be this year. But that fumble from Stevenson is what made me say, you know what, you you can't cut him because he is still good. And kind of like Vrabel said today, where he's like, we're going to need him down the line, which you probably still are because he
Yeah.
is still good, but he cannot start the game. You need to have Gibson. You need to have fucking, we'll say it now because we don't need to like talk about it a bunch. Fucking Gibson comes in the game the next drive, fumbles again too. So it's
I
like,
know.
what do you even do? Henderson, though, by the way,
Literally.
no fumbles, can't pass block for some reason,
Yeah.
but no
No.
fumbles.
It's like a fucking
Um,
disease. Like once somebody fumbles, it's like, oh no, who's got
That's
it
how it
next?
seems. But
Yeah.
people say that. People say that about fumbles and drops, where it's like contagious. It's a weird
Yeah.
football thing. Like you don't like
Ugh.
if you don't watch football, you would listen to us. Well, you're not listening to us anyways, but you would listen to
Yeah.
someone say that, and you're like, that doesn't make sense. But it is a
That's the
thing.
stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Drops and fumbles are contagious. So
Yeah.
that's clearly what happened. I'm not gonna, sweat Gibson for it. Gibson historically has been pretty good, not
Yeah.
fumbling the ball. But Stevenson, though, like I think it's time to reduce his role a little bit. Like
Thank
just for a
God.
couple weeks. Just for a couple weeks. Like let him, you know what, dude? If you get 8 snaps a game, don't fumble any of those 8 snaps. Like that's all. Like you just got the game ball last week against the Dolphins. So what did you do? You said, oh, thank God, I got my gold star. Let me go fuck that up. Like it's frustrating to see, especially when you're building momentum. Like I said, you have a team that doesn't have that big of a margin for error, and this happens. And like, even, and this is the frustrating part, Al, where now I'm with you. Like, this is why I was so frustrated too, like driving to the Red Sox game, where it's like, even with his 2 fumbles, you still had the ball driving at the end of the game to potentially tie it. You dominated the second half of this game, and you still couldn't do it. That is the frustrating part. In Stevenson's 2 fumbles, I would say both of them were important because one, you fumble to start the game, you're starting off behind the 8 ball. You fumble when you're about to score a touchdown, that is even worse. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not out on Stevenson, but I put him in the same boat as Pop Douglas, where I'm like, I wouldn't mind if you got a severely reduced role going against the Panthers.
Yes, that's fine
You
with
know,
me. Good with that.
it sucks. I know, Liam. I know, man.
Yeah. When that second fumble, like I was like, I obviously missed it at first, and then when I came back in the room and I'm reading all these texts and I see that we don't have 14 points on the board, I sat down. I was like, I wish there was a gun that shot hope because I need it bad right now. I was like, this dude has just no redeeming qualities in my mind right now. He's so fucked. Like his career is so fucked. And
He's in
I
his
was
head.
just sitting there. Yeah, and I was sitting there. I was like, oh my God, like how bad can it get? Like the first one really sucks. The second one is astronomically
Killer.
shitty. And like again, like you said, you couldn't ask for a worse place than on the goal line. So I'm like, oh my God, it's fucking over for the guy. And then yeah, you got into it. We already covered the Antonio Gibson thing, but then Mac Jones fucking wants to join in on the fumble party too late in the game. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I was like, this is unfucking believable because the
Did you
Steelers
mean to just call
defense
him
is
Mac
dog
Jones?
shit. Did I? Oh fuck, sorry. I bet on Mac Jones this week, and I'm high on Mac
Whoa.
Jones. Sorry,
But no, Drake May,
still
though. Yeah,
still
still.
huffing
Yeah.
the fumes, but still huffing the fumes. Mac Jones had his fair share of fumbles too, so it was probably a Freudian slip. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, this is fucking unbelievable. They're making this terrible Steelers defense look awesome. I was like, this sucks.
Yeah. No, it was rough. Again, it's like that's why like this game was such an up and down game because like you make these mistakes and then like they start to come back and you got shades of the Miami game where you're like, holy shit, are they going to have another great win? Like a great gritty gutsy win wasn't in the cards. I want to switch real quick just to defense for a second. I talked about how Robert Spillane was great. Keion White, do you guys know his stats for the game?
No, because there probably wasn't any.
Half a tackle. He had an assist. I for everything that we've said about Pop Douglas and Rhamondre Stevenson, I put Keion White further down than them. I am officially, and I think I said it last week, but this is even officially. I've got up, I've gathered my belongings, I've stepped off the bandwagon. I'm waving to you guys on the train, like, hey, I'll see you next stop because I guarantee you'll be off the bandwagon as well. But guys, as much as we want Keion White to be a thing, this is Mean Girls. Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to be a thing. Keion White is not a thing. I think this is like your Malik Cunningham. This is like your Joe Milton. Patriots fans, we fall in love with these players. Keion White gave us a little bit more reason, but he's just not the guy we want him to be. I know he looks the part. He has the stone face. He doesn't wear gloves, which freaks me out, but it's kind of badass too, so it scares me.
Badass.
But he's not the guy. He is not the guy. So thoughts on Keion White at all? Because I had to look up. I was like, did he play? I thought I remember seeing him. But did he play? He did play, didn't play well. Just kind of quick, you don't need to go in on it because there's nothing to really go in on. How do you feel about him?
It's just a shame how far he's fallen. That's all it is. It's a shame how far downhill he's gone from his rookie year to where he isn't even productive on the field.
I think he's sick. I'm not writing him off.
Okay,
I'm
dude.
not. I'm not giving up. I'm not.
And that's fine. That's why I said, like, I'm going to wave to you when you're on the bandwagon. I will see you in a couple
That's
weeks
fine. No,
when you
won't.
inevitably hop off with me.
I'm going to ride this train to the very end. And when I'm sitting at Keion White's Hall of Fame induction ceremony, you guys aren't going.
That's fine, dude.
Oh.
I will gladly be wrong on that.
Because you guys would have said this. What is this? Third year?
Yeah, third year.
Yeah. You guys would have said this shit about Julian Edelman too.
Probably, and I probably would have been wrong in that case. Although Edelman showed,
because Edelman was an undrafted guy.
Yeah,
no
a little
had any
different
expectations for. That's a bad.
What did we take Keion White? Third round, second round?
Like second round.
Second round.
Second or third. I think third was the
There's
latest.
different expectations coming in, but he went to Georgia Tech. Like when the fuck is
actually? He didn't go to the U. If you went to the U, you'd be sucking them
last
off.
2 years. Of course. Well, it's an incredible school. Obviously, if somebody goes to Bama or the U, you're like, oh my God, they must be.
Speaking of the U, by the way, I need to get this out there. our boy, Andy Borregales, 2-point afters, nailed them.
Nailed
If
him.
we're celebrating then there was a problem in the first
No,
place.
no, 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 no. But there was. I think that we have to. You know what? I was, which I think you guys were as well. I was nervous when he stepped up there to kick the point afters, but he hit
I
them.
wasn't.
I am hoping that he just had like the little rookie kicker nerves or whatever. I'm hoping it's out of him. I think he wins us a game at some point this year. I do still
I'm
think
sure he
that.
does.
So I'm happy he did it. Kind of
While
just
we're on the
overall,
topic too,
yeah, overall thoughts. Keep going.
the Miami Hurricanes stomped out the Gators this weekend. It was magic. They
No.
served up
Yes, they
some
did.
deep fried
Nope.
gator. It was incredible.
Nope.
And then this Saturday, oh no, it's 2 weeks.
No, where's
2 weeks from now against the Seminoles. Oh, it's going to be a dick kicking. I'm
Oh,
so
that's
excited. The
That's
U is
that's gonna be a
back.
great game.
Saturday night primetime game. I am wetter than a basement in New Orleans. It's going to be
Um,
incredible.
I thought you were going to talk about real football. I didn't know you were going to talk about the minor leagues. My bad, listeners. I didn't know that's where you was going with
this. This team could probably beat the Patriots.
Listen, I work with someone who likes the Seminoles. I don't particularly like him, so I do hope that they win.
Good. Okay.
Let me throw it to you guys. What other kind of fringe things, quick things you wanted to bring up, talk about? We talked about the defense, we talked about offense a lot, but there's a couple other things. What do you guys want to touch on?
Just super quick. There was a call. It was Ian Eagle. Pretty sure it was Ian Eagle and JJ Watt in this game. It was actually really JJ Watt did pretty good, but there was a holding.
Yeah.
There was. So there was a defensive holding call on Keion Booty, and Ian Eagle goes, "Caught him holding booty." It's like nice.
You hear JJ Watt
go.
JJ Watt's about to talk, and he goes, "Oh, like,
yeah,
you can tell."
And he just stops. He was because JJ Watt's new, like he doesn't know what jokes he can and can't make. So he was like made it kind of awkward. I was dying. I was like, this is incredible.
Awesome. That was great. That was
also real quick. Why and maybe we talked about this and I missed it. And if I did, I apologize. But why at the end of the half, they're at the 5-yard line, 3 timeouts. Why did they not run the ball once?
Why do you think
they would have fumbled?
Al?
I mean, obviously, no.
Why do you think they didn't run the fucking ball?
No, you had Travion Henderson that hadn't fumbled yet.
Yo,
that's true.
1 out of 3. No, logically though, Al's right.
Yes,
why didn't
I agree? But apparently, we cannot put Henderson even in the red zone, let alone the goal line. It's he punched it in the preseason, and they were like, not dynamic enough, and he's just not gotten anywhere close to the red zone since. And I'm like, weird.
So you know what though? I'm not worried moving forward because what happened against the Raiders? We all said, shit, well, McDaniels, you went away from the run in the second half. And what has McDaniels done since then? He's kind of leaned on the run. So I'm hoping that he sees.
I kind of wish he leaned off the run.
Yeah, right now it's like, God damn it, why did you do that? But I'm kind of hoping though, moving forward, that this kind of gets fixed. And this is a part of the optimism where now I do have that little bit of optimism where I'm like, maybe we fix mistakes.
Yeah,
like, is that allowed?
Dude, imagine how shitty it is being Josh McDaniels, where all you hear after week 1 is, "Why don't you run the fucking ball?" And now he runs the ball and they fumble 5
3 times.
Yeah, he's like, they're like, "You should have stopped running the ball." He's like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do?"
Yeah, like I can't fucking win here.
Yeah, he's like, Jesus Christ.
No, that was bad. I know the Patriots missed some tackles and everything, but I think overall on defense, kind of. I think we all touched on it, but I kind of want to just quick 90 seconds for everybody. Overall, I was very happy with the defense. I think they showed up. I know, Carlton Davis had a couple flags. Alex Austin had a couple flags.
Carlton
whatever.
Davis got smoked by DK Metcalf for a tough.
He did. See, and this is another thing. If Christian Gonzalez is healthy, that doesn't happen, which is why looking forward, Al, like we said before, to start the episode, that's why my season outlook hasn't changed. Because if Gonzo's there, I think the Patriots win this game, even with the fumbles. So, he shut down Metcalf the last time he played him. He played against him. I think Metcalf had
a touchdown.
Yards. Not against him. That was zone. Yeah. What do you want him to do? You want him to just that's
shirk his responsibilities and go deep with the guy.
He did. That was the coverage. Our safety, probably Jabril Peppers, that bum. Probably wasn't covering.
Peppers kind of killed the Patriots.
He had one play. He had 2.
He had 2. They were really good. He had the fumble recovery.
Yeah, one play. It was
He
the same
did.
play.
No.
Forced the
Oh, I'm talking
fumble.
about no, he had a sick tackle too. It was one of those ones,
Oh, so he did
oddly
his
enough,
job.
that I talked about last week where he just thumped him, didn't wrap up, and I forget who it was. It was
Yeah.
somebody out in the flat and they fell over. I was like, that's how you
Yeah.
tackle.
Probably Pop Douglas.
Probably.
Probably Pop
Really?
Douglas.
No, actually it wasn't because he only had two catches and I
Yeah,
blew
I
it in
know,
my
right? Yeah, it
mouth.
wasn't that. Yeah, who knows? But yeah, I think like overall defense, I'm happy with it. I guess since
What's
we're
up with the
talking about the
defensive
defense,
line?
so well, defensive line has been. I know they didn't have any sacks, but I
How are
thought
you
the
not going to
defensive
sack when Aaron
line.
Rodgers at
Well, see,
41
this
years
I
old?
kind of do this with the offensive line too, and I guess since we're talking about the lines, we'll talk about both of them. Like Will Campbell, for instance, gave up 7 pressures or whatever, but I don't think like this PFF grade. I know that it's good to kind of just like gauge whatever you can kind of like a
Yeah.
jumping off point. I don't think the defensive line or the offensive line played as poorly. I put that in quotes as the Pro Football Focus rated them. I don't like just watching the game, like eye test. Like I didn't come out of that game going, "Gosh, shit!" Like God, if this offensive line only played better, or like, if the defensive, got to Rodgers, like they held him to 85 yards in the second half. I don't know. What were your guys' thoughts about both lines coming out of the game?
Um, Defensive line couldn't really get to Rodgers, but still, they're not going to be able to always pressure the quarterback every play, every game. So it is what
I
it
love
is.
Aaron Rodgers, but if you
You know,
can't get to a 41 not mobile at all quarterback, come on now.
I
Like
know.
I'm telling you, I love Aaron Rodgers. I think he's a monster.
say it again.
He almost has no flaws. But if
Oh my
he
God.
does have a flaw, it's the fact that he's 41 years old and can't move. Like he's got sacked a ton this season. We couldn't get to him once. Very,
Yeah,
very
no,
annoying.
But
that was crazy.
right, but to get back to it, I think the offensive line, I think this was the first game where it's like, not that they were so bad, but it was like you could definitely tell Drake May was a little more pressured this week than he was in the first 2 weeks. So
Yeah, a little
again,
bit.
it's bound to happen. I mean, you have TJ Watt and Cam Hayward in the same defense. That's pretty good. So I mean, watching the Panthers game, it's probably going to be that it's going to go back to Drake May is going to have more time and he'll be able to actually,
Oh,
you know,
dude. When we give our predictions, I have some lofty predictions for the Panthers game. But yeah, I think just overall, like of course the lines could play better, but I don't think that it was like the big detriment. Again, the fucking detriment to this goddamn team was the turnovers.
Yes.
If you turn the ball over half as many times, 3 times instead of 5, you win this game. Most likely. Again, we're kind of like projecting out, but most likely you win this game. So it is just frustrating. That's all. We were talking about the defense. Terrell Williams, by the way, defensive coordinator, Mike Vrabel said he's not going to be at the game on Sunday. It's probably going to be Steve Kerr. It's Steve Kerr, right? That's how you say his name, or Kerr. How do you say his last name?
Zach Cole
Zach
or
Kerr.
whatever.
Yeah, Zach Cole, whatever. Why am I saying
Steve
Steve Kerr?
Kerr
I got
again.
Warriors on the mind. But yeah, so he is going to be calling plays again, which I'm fine with. I mean, as we've said, defense played overall good. Hopefully Gonzo is back, but kind of nerve wracking about Terrell Williams. We've said Al, like I think I texted you. There's like some dark things I think might be going on with Terrell Williams, which I don't think is going to be good. I'm hoping it's not the big C, but
Yeah.
I think it might be. But yeah, so just kind of wanted to get that out there. That's all we know now is that he's not going to be around. Cancel, you dipshit. Cock. Yes,
Probably could have pieced that one out.
he's busy. But yeah, so with this Patriots game, like it sucks, guys. Horrible, but I think moving forward, we're good. Kind of final thoughts. Anything you guys want to get off your chest before we give a quick preview for the Panthers?
Nah, I'm good. Let's get into it.
Move
Yeah,
into it.
and I'm a man of my word. Let the record show. For our Tuck Rule takes bets, I am 0-2. Al's 0-1. Mike has not got a shot yet. Has not been voted
This will
onto
be
the
my week.
island.
We're
Yeah,
picking me
let's
by
you,
default.
you know what? Yeah, let's have Mike pick this week. Mike,
Okay.
you pick the bet for us.
All
Oh,
right.
don't worry. I'll pick the bet. Well, I'll give it at the end. Just a little
Yeah.
spoiler. We're all
Fucking
gonna love it.
Travion Henderson touchdown should have hit by now, but I digress.
I think that might. But either way, so Patriots play the Panthers. Panthers come into town. Yeah, short and sweet, guys. At the risk of sounding cocky, I think the Patriots, this is a get right game, the infamous get right game. I think the Patriots win by 2 scores. I think Drake Maye has a good game. Maybe that's what my Tuck Rule Takes lock might be focused around. Um, yeah, I think that it's just a good game. I think that maybe the Panthers might even score first, guys. Maybe the Patriots start off a little slow, but I think that they essentially, I'm bringing the word back. I think they skull fuck the Panthers. I think they win by 2 scores. I'm not worried. You're 2-2 going against the Bills. How do you guys feel about this Panthers game?
Surprisingly, Bryce Young's actually had a decent season. I think the Panthers are like top half of the league in passing yards per game, which is interesting. But they're bottom half in rushing yards, which was surprising because having Chuba Hubbard. But I think the
Good though.
game, I think the game plan is very simple. I think you can contain the run, and I think you have to get to Bryce Young early. You get to him early, I think he's going to give you a couple, and you're going to take advantage of it, just like Rodgers did to Robert Spillane on Sunday. I think you're going to get one or two.
Yep. That dumb bitch.
I think it's going to be tight, but I think the Patriots absolutely do win. But it's definitely going to be a close game. The Panthers did look terrible for the first week, but
I
they're
mean, they blew out the Falcons week 3.
yeah. So
Weird week of football, by the way.
super
Week
weird.
Oh,
3.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
but I
Browns
kind
beat
of
the
figured,
Packers.
I know.
Like,
yeah,
weird.
yeah, that one that screwed up a couple of my parlays. That was really
Me
annoying.
too.
But yeah, fucking shitty bastards. There goes my Jordan Love MVP bet too. That one sucked. But I think the Patriots win. Like I agree. It's a get right game. Like you have to win. Like I hate to be dramatic and be like, week 4 we have a must win game, but we do
No,
have
it's a must win.
Have to win. It's a have to
yeah,
win. I say have to win.
100%.
That's the step below, I would say.
Yeah, okay, it's a have to win game. I agree completely. Like this is a very beatable team. I want to see a turnover. I expect it to be close. If we're giving score predictions here, I think it's like pretty damn close. I'm thinking like 31-28 Pats.
Huh. See, I don't know. I think there's going to be a turnover. I think that turnover is going to be Christian Gonzalez. I think he plays. I think Ted McMillan has a touchdown, and it will spawn all Patriots fans online to go, "This is why you should have drafted Ted," and say, "Shut the fuck up." Even though Liam, you and I were big Ted guys, so
Yeah,
like I might be a little bit with that. Yeah, I think this is a get right game for the most part. I think it'll still be a good game though, because I think like the Patriots aren't good enough to blow people out yet. But I think that this will be one where we'll look back and be like, they kind of had it. I will say, if the Patriots lose next week, you guys are going to see a completely different Mike coming into this episode.
Yeah, that's going to be
Just
an
be
ugly
aware
display.
of that. It will be.
None of us
I'm
are going to be
already.
very psyched to get on
I
here.
am already angry. I'm hot all the time because I live in Florida. Like it will not be a good time. But yeah. So my Tuck Rule Takes lock. By the way, guys, whatever Drake Maye passing yards are, over. That's
Really?
Yep.
I figured you keep it simple, just good old Patriots money line. It seems
No,
like
no,
we're
no.
all
I want
convinced
no.
it's a
You know
win.
what, dude? Because when you get too simple, I feel like Pop Douglas, whatever his catches are, look what happens. He catches like
Yeah.
one ball. When you go
Yeah.
money line, maybe I don't want to jinx the Patriots to lose. Like, oh, what's going to happen? No, Drake Maye right now, he's a top 12 quarterback in the league. Like statistically, overall, that's where he's at. I think he's going to continue to play. I think that he's going to feast against the Panthers. Partly because I don't think that Josh McDaniels is going to call a bunch of runs to start the game at least, given what just happened. So yeah, I think whatever it is, it's probably going to be like 230 something. I would assume maybe 225, probably right around there, maybe a little more. Hammer the over for Drake Maye passing yards. That's what I'm going for though. What's your guys' option for that?
I'm fine with it. And just real quick prediction for the game: Patriots 24, Panthers 17. Keep it easy.
Ooh, I'm going 31-17. I think that,
Yeah, Liam said his.
And I think Drake Maye goes over 300 yards for the first time this season. I'm very high on Drake Maye, guys. He's been having a very good season so far. I know he has the pick and the fumble and everything, but like he overall, like for a second-year quarterback that's 22 fucking years old, in a brand new offense, he's doing well. So we'll see what happens. But Al, unless you guys had anything else you want to touch on before I throw something to Al real quick.
Nope.
Al, what are you doing every week after the Patriots or before the Patriots games?
Yeah, so every week, the first 2 weeks, videos were made. They were not put up on the TRT socials. I'm not going to completely blame Mike for that, but I am going to completely blame
Yeah,
Mike
I
for
don't know what
that.
happened, dude. I put them up and then like I went to go check and they weren't up. They were in
Mm,
the
I
they
saw
were
it
in the
and I
drafts.
saw it on there.
Okay, it was up, right? And now
Yeah,
it's
I
what,
gone.
liked
what,
it.
what week? No, no, no. You're talking this past week. I'm talking
Yeah.
the first 2 weeks.
Oh, right.
No, the first 1 week it was. Either way, I digress.
Okay,
Well,
anyways,
you
so
digress, Al.
anyways, both of us digress. Anyways, every week, just going to do a little segment on Instagram, and we'll try to share it on Twitter and everything too. Very simple, called Three Keys and Money. So, three keys to the Patriots to win the football game that they're playing against. And then the money part is I make one pick every week in the Patriots game for you guys. If you like to bet and gamble responsibly, go out, make a bet, have fun with it, try to win some money. I am 0 for 3 in the money part, and it sucks. It is what it is.
Sucks.
But I know Liam has talked about potentially getting in on it as well. Mike, obviously,
Yeah.
you're welcome
On
to
Al's
as
sick
well.
day.
So yeah, might have to take my place this Sunday there, Liam.
Ooh, I volunteer as tribute.
All
Fire me
There you
right,
up.
go.
Oh, I'm juiced up.
All
all
right.
right, there you go.
But yeah, no, check it out though. Yeah, I don't like I said, Al, I don't know what happened at the beginning there. It just
That's okay. Not a big deal.
and shit, I also forgot to post my little traffic video. I was so upset. Again, like I told you guys, I'm always angry. I was very upset driving to work today. So I forgot to do my little fucking 2 minute rant or whatever. So, but I'll just do something like that because I need something to pass the time when I'm trying to drive, which I know I should be focused on driving, but I'm just so much better at driving than these Floridians. Like I can do so many things while I drive and still be better. But yeah, this was overall tough loss. A kind of self-inflicted loss. I hate this cliche saying, but the Patriots beat themselves. The Steelers didn't beat the Patriots. If that's what you want to do, if that's the silver lining that you want to do, Herm Edwards, the anti-Herm Edwards, like Liam
We
said
play
earlier.
to win the game.
Yeah. So win next week. You're 2-2. Whatever happens with the Bills happens, and then you have a very, very, very winnable 5-game stretch coming up that ends with the Bucks in Tampa, which I may be going to that game. Liam, you may be going to that game. Al, probably not, but that'd be sweet if you came to that game too, even though it's in Tampa. So it's not like, a quick drive for you. But yeah, so 1-2 Patriots right now. Tough loss to the Steelers. Anything you guys have to say before we get out of here?
Nah, just go win a football game Sunday. Go win.
We play to win the game.
We play to win the game, and hopefully you win. Just come on, second place in the AFC East. Stay there. I think you make the playoffs this year. So this was Tuck Rule Takes episode 199. Shit. Next episode is episode 200. So we may have people on, we may not, but either way, we'll try to do something for this 200th episode. But yeah, tune in next week, hopefully after a win. It's always more fun after a win. If the Patriots win, guys, no one's here right now listening to the last 45 seconds. The Patriots win. Do we record on that Sunday or do you want to keep it Monday? Just kind of play it by ear, right?
Keep it Monday because I will be attending this game, so I will not be home till late.
Oh, shit. Okay. I hope they win. Oh, they're going to win then. Yeah. Fucking hammer it. All right. Cool. Love it. All right. This is Tuck Rule Takes episode 199. We will see you guys next week, hopefully after a win. Sweet feet.
Sweet feet.
Sweet feet.